Welcome to the Appalachian Heritage Woodshop, woodworking with an Appalachian flair.
This is Jerill with the Appalachian Heritage Woodshop. I get a lot of requests from people asking me my opinion on tools. They're wanting to purchase tools and they ask me what they should purchase. So I thought I'd take the time and go over the process that I use whenever I purchase tools. And this process is good whether it's a hand tool purchase or whether it's machinery. So the first thing you need to do is you need to educate yourself what your needs are. And this is true whether you have a woodworking business or whether you are a hobby woodworker. Make sure you know what your needs are and not what you want. There's a difference. So let's look at new and used purchasing. The first is real easy. Once you know what your needs are, then you need to determine what is available as far as new is concerned and the price. That can be done real quickly over the internet. You can do it on your iPhone when you have a spare moment here or there, so it doesn't take long. But once you determine that, then that'll be your benchmark. That is where you start. Now you will know whether a piece of machinery or hand tool, new, is truly on sale or whether it's not on sale. Okay, after you determine the best new price available for whatever it is you're wanting to purchase, then you need to cruise the used markets to determine a fair market value for that tool. Now, let's look at what a fair market value is. If you had that particular tool and you were selling it, would you be asking more or less than what the vendor is that's trying to sell that tool? If he's trying to sell it at a higher price than you would be willing to sell it, then in your opinion, the price is too high. If he's willing to sell it at a lower price than what you are willing to sell it, then it is a good price. So a fair market value is a perspective. It's how you view it. And you have to be honest with yourself. Would you really sell it at that price if you were selling it? Okay, so once you do that, you need to educate yourself and make certain you understand exactly what it is you're looking at. There are some tool vendors, new and used, hand tools, machinery, it doesn't matter, that will mislead you into what you are looking at, or whether it will or will not suit your needs. So you as a consumer need to educate yourself so that you know what it is you're looking at. You know the functions, you know the capabilities, you know the type, you know all of that. And of course that affects the value. So make sure that you're comparing apples to apples when you're looking, especially at used tools. Now another item you need to look at is your timeline. Is this purchase something that you need immediately? If it is, then you may be better off to just go purchase new. If a timeline is not critical, then be patient, educate yourself, and be ready when a used tool is available. Because then you will know what is a fair price, it's available, it's what you need, and there's your solution. So let's look at when to purchase used tools. Again, this is good for hand tools as well as machinery. The first thing I want to clarify is this process that I use is good for someone that is purchasing a tool to be used. If you are a tool collector, then this process will not work for what you are trying to accomplish. If you are wanting a tool to use in your shop, then this process is good for you. So if you're looking at used tools, the first thing you need to do is to look at the condition of the tool. Now when you look at the condition of the tool, you need to evaluate it. You need to look at all of the different parts, and you need to determine whether the parts need to be cleaned, whether they're acceptable the way they are, whether they can be repaired, whether they need to be replaced. You also need to be aware of whether those parts, the original parts, are available, or whether you have to purchase an aftermarket part, or even if parts are available. So again, you need to educate yourself on the tool, the parts, and that will reflect the condition of the tool. So once you determine the condition of the tool, then you can establish a strategy or a plan to purchase that tool. And in that strategy or that plan, that needs to include whatever it takes to clean, refurbish, recondition, rebuild, fine-tune that instrument so that it can be used and meet your needs in your shop. Now remember, if you're purchasing a used tool, you may have to invest a little bit of time. Some people think that's a good thing. Invest more time, less money. Some people want to purchase something, even if it's used, they want to invest no time, well, that's going to require more money. So the amount of time that you invest is going to help determine a fair market value. So you need to be very open-minded when you look at a tool and you evaluate it as to its true condition and whether it can be fixed and whether it will meet your needs in your shop. Again, that doesn't matter whether it's a hand tool or whether it's a piece of machinery. It doesn't matter if you have a business or if you have woodworking as a hobby. You need to make sure that it will meet your needs. So let's look at when to purchase used tools. Again, this is true for hand tools as well as machinery. Whenever you make a used tool purchase, it actually increases your knowledge of the tool. If you go through this process and you determine what is your need, and then you determine the condition, and then you purchase it and refurbish it and tune it up, those three processes right there force you to gain a lot of knowledge on that particular tool. So you are fully aware of its capabilities and what you can do and what you cannot do with that tool. So it increases your knowledge, and it also increases your talent or your craftsmanship. Again, if you know what the tool can do and you're using it to its potential, then your level of craftsmanship is going to increase. As you fine-tune that tool, the accuracy of that tool is going to increase. You will be more informed of the tools you have than a salesman or somebody at the hardware store or somebody at a big box store. So again, knowledge and skill is acquired during this process. Because of that, you will gain a great deal of confidence and a great deal of knowledge and skill in using this particular tool. So it's going to improve your business or your craftsmanship. You're going to gain a great deal of confidence. You're going to be able to talk to other people about that tool, where you purchased it, how you had to refurbish it and get it back to its user state. So when you do this, you will be investing more time but less money. That will result in your tool inventory growing quicker than if you purchased all new. So there's a big advantage to purchasing used tool. You will also have more pride in your work. You'll have more pride in your shop, more pride in your business, more pride in your tools if you are the one that is refurbishing them and getting them back to a usable condition. And when you do that, you'll be able to share those deals and those knowledge with other woodworkers. So, You need to be able to clean, refurbish, recondition, rebuild, and fine-tune your tools, whether it's a hand tool or machinery, to be able to meet your needs in your shop. I hope this process has helped you determine whether to buy new or used and how to go about doing it in such a way that it benefits you. This is Jerill Vance with the Appalachian Heritage Woodshop reminding you, be proud of your Appalachian heritage.